Tell me your full name
Paul E. Kirkpatrick,
and your birth date.
7/20/24.
And you're of course, World War II veteran. What branch of the service?
Army, U.S. Army.
Can you tell me a little bit about when you first joined up, or were you drafted? Where were you living at the time?
Well,
before the service.
I was raised up in Winston County, Haleyville, and they told us if we volunteered that we could ask for the branch of service that we wanted to be in, the Navy, Army, or Marines, or whatever. Well, when we got down to Fort McClellan, that sergeant there at the desk, of course, they had thousands of troops coming in there. He never did look up. He said, Army, Navy, Marines. I knew what he said. He said, you're an Army.
Didn't give you a chance, huh?
But anyway, I left home the 6th day of March, 1943, on a Greyhound bus. And we went to Fort McPherson, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I got in there about 8 o'clock that night. They got us squared away in a barracks. And we stayed around there for a few days. And then they put us on a troop train. Had no idea where we was going. We started pulling into the gate at the Army camp. And somebody come through the train and said, you're now in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So I left home the 6th of March, 43, a Greyhound bus. There was 13 of us from Haleyville that left that day. And from Fort McPherson, I think I was the only one that went the route that I did. Fort Jackson, and we was down there for six months of rugged, hard infantry training. I was one of the first men that went into the newly formed 106th Infantry Division on the 15th of March of 1943. And we was there for six months. That comes in my nerves.
Okay. Hello.
Come in.
Come on in.
So, we went from there to, well, at the end of the training in September of 43, they began shipping a lot of the troops out. I was one of the ones that got shipped out as a replacement.
Okay.
You never need to know where you're going in the world. And I wound up on a ship at Norfolk, Virginia, and wound up in Casablanca, Morocco, 8 days later. And then from Casablanca, we went from one Army depot to another through Tunis, Algiers, Tunisia, and Bizerte. And we jumped off from Bizerte, North Africa, on a ship loaded with troops, as many as they could get on there, on the deck, standing up, sitting down, whatever. I landed in Naples, Italy on the 13th of December, 1943. From there, we was out there in one of the big Army depot, what they call depot. And that's where you got your name drawn out for what outfit you was going to be with. And they have formations every few minutes, and they'd pull in out there and getting lined up. If they called your name, you got on a truck and was sent wherever. If they didn't call your name, you went back to your barracks till the next formation. And Finally, I got my name called, and they called my name in, get on this truck. So we got on that truck, Army 6x6, 2.5 ton Army truck. Pulled into a little old place over there, and they said, I said, this don't look like no infantry. He said, this is not infantry. I said, you're in a port battalion. I done been in that Army depot. They pulled my name out and reassigned me. And I've never quit thanking the good Lord for getting out of that infantry. Because I would have been in the Battle of the Bulge. I was in the 424th Regiment of the newly formed 106th Infantry Division.
Okay.
And there's 3 regiments to a division, 15,000 men in a division. The 422nd, 423rd, and 424th Regiment. And of course they had just a brand new outfit, just got overseas. And they'd been on the front lines about 2 days when the Germans broke through what they call the Battle of the Bulge. And the Germans had the 422nd, 423rd Regiments surrounded. So they surrendered, those 2 regiments. 424th fought their way out. That was the one I was in. And they got, they lost a lot of people, but they fought their way out. They didn't get captured. And then I was assigned to the 384th Port Battalion. I didn't know what a Port Battalion was.
Port? Like P-O-R-T?
P-O-R-T, port.
Okay.
Loading and unloading ships.
Okay.
And the men that worked on the ships was called stevedores.
Okay.
And I was on the docks. I was called a longshoreman. So they had stevedores and longshoremen.
Okay.
So I was classified as a longshoreman. When we first landed, first started unloading those ships, they used Army troops, and then the Allied military government started employing the Italians to do the work, and we supervised it. Like I had a crew of 7 or 8 men that worked on the docks, and I was supervising them. They had those big nets that they'd swing with those winches, those booms, down in the hatch of that ship. And those stevedores would load those nets, and they'd swing it back over, and we'd unload it on the dock and place it on pallet boards with a tow motor, take it off out there and stack it. So that was about the gist of the, we handled everything from troops to shells to bombs, clothing, foodstuff, hospital. We worked hospital ships. We worked the whole 9 yards, whatever it took to equip an army with. And we unloaded trucks, vehicles, artillery gun, big, they had to pull out with a truck.
Yeah.
And it was a fascinating thing.
I bet it was almost constant, right?
Huh?
It was almost constant work, I bet.
We worked a lot of hours, and as long as there's a ship in there, we worked. But if there's a ship in there, you know, while one was getting out and the other getting in, or another ship coming in, that was our off days, if there was no ship in there. But we had ships coming in there from all over the world, from India, from England, from China, Russia, and everywhere else. And
What port was this? Was it Naples?
Naples, Italy. And I was with that outfit from December of 43 until after the war was over. See, we was strategic, moving those troops, moving that equipment, vehicles, planes, everything that they were bringing back, shipping it out, getting it back to the States or wherever. And we just worked those ships. I'd work those British ships, and they served coffee if we were working. Well, like we worked 2 weeks days and 2 weeks nights. We changed over every 2 weeks. And so this, I'd go down there and get a cup of coffee and drink coffee with them limeys, them English sailors.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'd have something to snack on midnight. And, you just made yourself at home. Oh, that was your living.
Yeah.
But we had a good outfit. We had good officers, good men to work with, and I was so blessed to be assigned to the Port Battalion instead of that 106th Infantry Division that got wiped out in the Battle of the Bulge.
Mm-hmm.
So I left. Like I said, we had to stay there, getting those troops out, getting them shipped out, sending them home. And we was working around the clock, loading those ships, equipment. And
Did you ever get to talk to any of the troops going in and out?
talk to them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And we'd load them hospital ships. Sometimes they'd just be, you could just see their eyes and their mouth. They didn't plaster repairs. It was a dreadful sight, working those hospital ships.
Mm.
We had to go out by barge out to the hospital ship, and they didn't bring him into the dock. And we was there from the time the war was over on May the 8th of 45. I didn't get out of there till Thanksgiving. That was how important our job was there in that port.
Yeah.
Moving the equipment and troops, getting them out of there. And I left Naples, I think it was Thanksgiving Day, and I was on the ship, aircraft carrier. I come home on an aircraft carrier,
Really?
USS Langley. There's a small aircraft carrier, and we landed in Newport News, almost the same place I left from, going overseas.
Mm-hmm.
We landed there December the 3rd. Oh, it was so good to get your feet back on U.S. soil. And that ship was loaded with troops, of course. And about midday, somebody spotted the shoreline of the USA about midday. That ship didn't get docked till about 8 o'clock that night. Of course, some officer had to make a big speech at the side of the ship on the dock. And that was on December the 3rd. I said, I'm going home. I hadn't spoke to my family, hadn't heard from them except a female for 2 years, 9 months, and 5 days.
Wow.
I was gone. I said, I'm going home. I'm going to AWL. Whatever I have to do, I'm going home. But it didn't happen. They moved us so fast, processing us, getting us out of there. They put us on a troop train, carried us down back to Fort McPherson, Georgia. That's where we went in at.
Mm-hmm.
And I was discharged on December the 8th, 1945. I got home about, well, it was half a dozen of us got a taxi cab, went to Greyhound bus station, and we was on that Greyhound bus, standing up, sitting down, sitting on them duffel bags. Everybody that could get on there was on them buses, headed home. Got to Birmingham. The bus left Birmingham, going to Florence, about 11 o'clock at night. Well, of course, there was a line up there waiting to get on the bus. And just as they got up, I was next to the next person to go up aboard. The bus driver said, "I can't take nobody else." I said, "Now, what did you say? You say you couldn't take nobody else." I said, "Driver, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I've been through the war. I've been bombed, shelled, almost ship sunk. If this bus could leave here tonight, I'm going to be on it. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I understand you got regulations." Well, he closed the door on the bus and went in the bus station. Well, I opened the door and put my duffel bag, carried it in the back, sat down on it. He come back out and he said, "Who opened the door?" I said, "I did." He said, I couldn't take nobody else." I said, "Let me tell you something. I come on a Greyhound bus from Atlanta, Georgia to Birmingham. It was crammed, packed, full of people, standing up, sitting down, sitting in each other's lap. Everyone could get on there. And you tell me I can't ride this? I'm going." I finally won the argument and I went. I got home about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was on a Sunday morning. And that was it. I was home. 2 years, 9 months, and 5 days.
What was your family's reaction like?
Well, of course, back then, out there in the country, we didn't have any electricity. Had kerosene lamps. Well, it's a quarter of a mile from the main Highway 195 over to where our house was. A dark, little crooked road, dirt road, gravel. It was dark. That house was dark, blacked out, 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, they knew that I'd wrote them and told them I would be on that ship, and they knew that the ship had docked. And they knew that I was probably back in the States, but they didn't know where I was at. I started beating and banging on that door, beating and banging on that door. Of course, they had turned on, lit the lamp. The house come alive. And then the word got out, and I had a house full of company all day long on Sunday then. You know, people welcoming me home. And it was a long experience from March the 6th of 43 till December the 8th, 45.
Really? Yeah.
It was quite a tour. And I felt honored to be able to wear the uniform of the United States Army in a war that had to be fought. It had to be fought. Hitler was determined to take over the world. And Pearl Harbor tilted the scales. That got us involved in the war. Of course, we'd already begun to get involved in it through England. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a long, hard fight.
What would you say is your most difficult part for you of your service?
Well, one of the most difficult things was how to leave your family. Of course, I was just 18, 19-year-old, and just a kid, rode up out there on the farm, never been nowhere, didn't know anything, and leaving home as a teenager didn't really tear you up that much till you got into the real action, and then you begin to realize, what was the folks at home doing today? I wonder what they did today, and stuff like that. But I guess the most, well, we was bombed and we was shelled and everything else. But on the ship coming home, we was 2 days out in Newport News, Virginia, and we was in one of the awfulest storms. That aircraft carrier, giving it that. They said that ship would do a 45-degree lift without capsizing. They said it did 43 degrees that night. And they'd put your food on you, had these metal tables on, and put your food on the tray. That ship would come up, and your tray would slide over, and it might go that way, and you might wind up with somebody else's tray. it was an experience. We had that aircraft carrier converted for troops, and they had these canvas bunks, 10 high. I was on the 10th bunk, but that ship, that storm, bursted one of those big doors where they let the planes in, roll the planes in and out. It busted that door down.
Wow.
Man, I come off that top bunk. Of course, everybody come alive. The pots and pans in the kitchen were rattling and swinging and banging against each other. That was just you just had to been there to realize what it was like.
Yeah, I can't imagine. How many men do you think were on the ship coming home?
I think there's about 2,500. I believe that's what there was on that aircraft carrier USS Langley. And I got a picture somewhere. Of course, when we moved and give up our housekeeping, and my boxes of pictures and stuff they got them here somewhere. But I got pictures of that ship that brought me home.
Oh, good.
Aircraft carrier Langley.